Hello everyone! Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Comics Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech number 15 Harley Quinn. This is the second Revoltech figure that I've bought after Spider-Gwen, and it's already become one of my favorite figures in my collection. I wasn't the biggest fan of Harley's design during the New 52 era, but this figure makes it work. She looks like a posable Kotobukiya Bishoujo statue, and I love any figure with an anime-inspired look. I normally don't collect Revoltech figures, since there's very few characters I care about, but that might change this year with the announcement of All Might and Deku from My Hero Academia as well as the Revoltech Wonder Woman. Hopefully they make more DC characters in the future. I'd love to see a Catwoman or Poison Ivy done in this style. Now before we get to the figure, let's take a look at the packaging. This box has a window on the front that lets you see all the contents of the figure. On the front, we get a picture of the figure with her name and the DC and Amazing Yamaguchi logos. On the sides, we get some pictures of the figure and her name and number. On the back, we get a really nice collage of Harley in different poses, and it also shows all the accessories that she comes with. All over the box, we get a really cool black and white design with diamonds and other playing card symbols that uses the same cover art from the comics, the most notable one being the cover of Harley Quinn number 1 from the New 52. This box actually reminds me of the ending credits of the Harley cartoon, so that's a neat coincidence if it wasn't intentional. Moving on to the figure itself, this Harley has the look from the New 52, more specifically her roller derby attire from the comics. Here she is next to the designs that this figure comes the closest to, especially the Comic-Con one, but the inside of her box shows the cover of Harley with Slade, and the back of the box shows the number 1 issue cover. Although it's a pretty simple design, it works really well for this figure. The paint on her shoulder, elbow, and knee pads, hands, and socks came out very clean, and the glossy and metallic paints used for her clothes and belt just adds to the aesthetic and looks great in my opinion. Her shoes have the shoelaces painted very well, and the roller skates and choker came out super clean too. Her hair doesn't have any blemishes, and her face looks beautiful. It really does look like something you would expect to see on a Bishoujo statue. Her makeup came out pretty much perfect. As for articulation, she can pretty much move in any way you'd want her to and can do a lot of dynamic poses fitting for the character. I normally go over all the joints and stuff like that, but this is a figure that's best shown off by posing it. Her eyes are articulated and can move in any direction with the help of an included tool that moves them around. Her belt is a separate piece so it doesn't hinder the articulation in any way, and her hair is articulated as well. The wheels in her roller skates do not move, but that actually helps with letting the figure stand on its own without a base when wearing them. The special effect she comes with is articulated, so it can be adjusted in the direction you want her to be facing. For accessories, this Harley comes with a pair of half-open hands, a pair of closed fists, a pair of holding hands, a pointing hand, and a thumbs-up hand. She also comes with a mallet, a bat, her roller skates, a special effects text part, 2 extra faces, a Revoltech stand, and a pick to move her eyes with. This figure stands at about 5 inches tall, and for a size comparison, here she is next to a standard Marvel Legends. Here she is next to a DC Multiverse. Here she is next to a Star Wars Black Series. Here she is next to a Figuarts. Here she is next to a Figma. Here she is next to another Revoltech. And here she is next to the other figures of Harley Quinn from different lines such as DC Collectibles, SH Figuarts, DC Icons, DC Universe Classics, and the new McFarlane Multiverse. Overall, this is a great figure to have if you're a fan of Harley or DC figures. It's nice to see a line that makes great quality and highly posable figures of DC characters for once, since Marvel tends to get all the attention of the import lines. I look forward to the upcoming Wonder Woman, and if it's as good as this figure, then I'll be collecting more figures from Revoltech from now on. Even if you're not a fan of this New 52 design, this is still a very fun figure to have, and the articulation allows for endless possibilities for toy photography and display options. The only negatives I found with this figure are that one of her eyes doesn't go all the way to the left, and there is some paint transfer under her socks where a hidden joint is. Other than that, I'm really happy to have gotten her, and I give this figure an 8 out of 10. And that concludes my review. If you have it, let me know what you think about it in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.